who disappeared last year. He has been called the human rights warrior. I shall deal with this case later on. And this has made a dent really in ASEAN in terms of people's participation and in terms of democracy. So CLMV, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam. I would like to examine some ASEAN, of course, international instruments. I will leave it to John Knox. But ASEAN, please bear in mind that as an association, as an intergovernmental association, we think of ASEAN at three levels. One, at the ASEAN level. Two, ASEAN as part of the global environmental governance system, and this is where ASEAN does facilitate the implementation of MEAs, including UNFCCC and all the rest of it. We also, for the purpose of implementation, we need to look at ASEAN's member countries. They are the ones who implement. Unlike EU, ASEAN does not have a parliament, nor does it have a court of justice. This morning we heard about Mary Robinson. Incidentally, I didn't realize her name was going to be mentioned, but in the course of my research, I thought I'll take a working definition by Mary Robinson on what is climate justice. I've just truncated all my PowerPoints. So anyway, she links human rights to climate justice, and she laid down 5 principles. I have singled out 3: respect and protect human rights, 2, share benefits and burdens equitably. This is very important. And also the 3rd principle, ensure the decisions on climate change are participatory, transparent, and accountable. Unfortunately, these principles are not always followed in the ASEAN region. Regarding human security, which I said I'm going to introduce, just to take note, I will explain this later, that human security is an emerging concept. And way back in 1994, in the UNDP report on human development, there were 7 new dimensions, of which 3 were right to food, right to water, and environmental right. So these are the 3 rights that we are involved in. And what is interesting that although these rights are also human rights, I think in the concept of human security, it is not territorial, so that it crosses boundaries, both national, regional, as well as global. And it is preventive. I'll talk about this later on. I've mentioned this. So I have a list. In fact, I've got a list of some 13 relevant ASEAN documents, but I won't go over them. But just to bring to your attention, the ASEAN Vision 2020, which was put out in 1997, but has since, the ASEAN Vision 2020 has since been accelerated to align it with the Millennium Development Goals, that by 2015, which is around the corner, ASEAN is going to forge an